What's up, YouTubers? It's me, Johnny. I'm just looking at a news article from one of my favorite countries I like to visit. Anyways, it's about the opening of the Philippines. It appears that November the 22nd, you can go to the Philippines and probably not quarantine. Here's what I don't like about all this. See, it looks like you can go to the Philippines without being with being fully vaccinated and no quarantine if you're from the green, I don't know what, the green list countries, which include quite a few countries, but only one Latin American country I see is Paraguay. Mostly you got to be coming from some African countries, America, Samoa, Bhutan, Micronesia, Hong Kong, India, Indonesia, Japan, Kosovo, Malawi. Anyhow, if I'm coming from Guatemala or Mexico, then I have to quarantine, which I don't like. So I'm probably not going to visit right now. For fully vaccinated foreigners from green list, no quarantine. Unvaccinated or partially vaccinated travelers from green list countries, quarantine until test result, which I imagine you're going to have to pay a fortune for. Anyways, fully vaccinated from yellow list countries, you have to get a pre-departure test and then a negative test, apparently in a facility where you quarantine, even though it says you don't have to. Looks like they're monitored. Oh, it looks like I got to self-monitor for 14 days. So what I don't like about this is a pain in the neck. So if you're unvaccinated, you're going to have to quarantine and get all these tests. Now, I don't really care about the tests, but it's inconvenient. It costs quite a bit. Well, it depends. It just depends. In Mexico, they don't really cost that much, but in Guatemala and El Salvador, they cost like $100 to $200, which I'm not willing to pay just to visit the Philippines. Not right now. So for me to go there, I'd have to go back to U.S., stay in the U.S. apparently for 2 weeks, and then fly to the States, which I wouldn't care for. Anyhow, I'm just posting this video to show, like, even though you can travel, it's a pain in the neck with all these requirements. It's kind of confusing, like if you're vaccinated, and then if you're partially vaccinated, and then quarantining, but here's the thing, you got to pay for a test before you leave, and then when you arrive into the Philippines, and then I don't know how they're going to monitor you when you're in the Philippines, but they say self-monitor until they're 14 days in the country. So anyhow, probably for most of the viewers, they don't really care about this, but I've been looking to take a trip to the Philippines, and it looks like until we get this all done, like you just can get on an airplane, all you have to do is show your vaccination card, then I'm going to be willing to travel more. But some of these countries, like El Salvador, just opened up, like you don't have to show a vaccine or a test, and I prefer that. Although, I mean, I'd be delighted, well, maybe not delighted, but I'd be happy to show them my vaccine card and all that jazz. It's hard to travel when you have all these requirements and you don't know, like if you get stuck at a border because they don't like the look of your card, or they interpret the law differently. Well, you can read online, it says you don't need a test, and then the border guy or gal says you do need the test. So that's what I don't like about all this. And half this stuff is really only enforced at the airline or the airport. Actually, it's enforced at the airport and the airline. That's what I don't like. So, because these things are constantly changing, you don't know what to expect, and you may or may not lose your flight. And I don't know. It's just, I don't like all this. And then there's Thailand. They're mostly open, but they're making it a pain in the neck to get long-term visas now. So anyhow, I'm just going to post this video and just to show the subscribers what a pain in the neck it is to travel nowadays. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Thanks.